All about Charles Spencer, Princess Diana's brother and closest sibling. Charles Spencer may have been Princess Diana's younger brother, but the ninth Earl Spencer has always felt intensely protective of his late sister. Though Charles grew up with three older siblings, Lady Sarah McCorquodale, Lady Jane Fellows and the future People's Princess, he was closest with Diana, who was 3 years his senior. Sarah and Jane, who were 9 and 7 years older than Charles, were away at boarding school for most of his childhood. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. That left Diana and Charles in the care of their father, John Spencer, who received custody of the children following his 1969 divorce from their mother, Frances Shand Kydd. Diana and I had 2 older sisters who were away at school, so she and I were very much in it together, and I did talk to her about it, Charles told the Sunday Times about their parents' split. Our father was a quiet and constant source of love, but our mother wasn't cut out for maternity. Not her fault, she couldn't do it. As a result, the bond between Diana and Charles was strong throughout their childhood and remained that way as they became adults, despite tabloid rumors to the contrary. When Princess Diana was killed in a car crash on August 31, 1997, it was Charles who stood at the pulpit of Westminster Abbey and delivered her eulogy. Following her death, Charles revealed to people that he was haunted by thoughts that there was something more he could have done to save his older sister. "You always think, God, I wish I could have protected her. It was just devastating," he told People in 2017. "I always felt intensely protective towards her." In the decades since Diana's tragic death, Charles has continued to protect his older sister's memory, becoming an outspoken defender of her legacy and champion of her causes. From his traumatic upbringing to his tireless devotion to Diana, here is everything to know about Princess Diana's younger brother, Charles Spencer. Born on May 20, 1964, in London, Charles Edward Morris Spencer is the youngest of 5 children born to John Spencer and Frances Shand Kydd. He grew up with his 3 older sisters, Sarah, the eldest, born in 1955, followed by Jane in 1957 and Diana in 1961. Charles also had an older brother named John, who was born in 1960 but died just hours later, making Charles the only son and the heir to the earldom. Though Charles never met his late brother, he honored his memory in May 2022 by having his tombstone restored. Charles shared before and after photos of the restoration on Instagram, along with a touching tribute to his older brother. "Looking as it should, now," Charles wrote alongside 2 photos of the grave. "I never knew my older brother, John, and live 100 miles from his grave, but, seeing it last summer, realized serious action was required. Thank you, BB, for making it look as it should." Charles' parents, John and Frances, divorced in 1969 when Charles was just 3 years old. John was awarded full custody of his 4 children, but while Sarah and Jane attended boarding school, Diana and Charles lived at Althorpe, the 500-year-old Spencer family estate, in Northamptonshire, England with their father. The split was particularly tough on Diana, Charles previously told People. While she, Frances, was packing her stuff to leave, she promised Diana, then aged 5, she'd come back to see her. Diana used to wait on the doorstep for her, but she never came, he told the Sunday Times. Charles also had his own issues as a result of his parents' divorce, telling the Sunday Times that he'd been in and out of therapy for 20 years, and had done a lot of very profound work on my unhappy childhood. "But coming out the other side has been good," he shared.